Hey everybody, good morning or good afternoon, wherever you're at. Come on in. It's time for the Real Housewives of Orange County review. We're going to try to get on another Sunday, see how we like Sundays. Hey, I saw you down to the chat, Dr. C, who thank you for being here on time. You know how I get in. I get in when I get in, but when I clocks in, I goes to work. With that being said, make sure that you guys like, comment, subscribe, and turn on the notification bells. Please subscribe if you have not already. Please subscribe if you have not already to No Chaser TV. My name is Chase, and we're going to talk about it all. Let's mention it all, why don't we? We're going to mention it all and talk about a hell of a fabulous episode of The Real Housewives of Orange County, plus this whole Shannon Bedore versus Joel Kim Booster beef that has just exploded out of nowhere. So make sure that you guys stay tuned because we'll talk about that as well. Again, make sure that you guys subscribe. We are almost to 1,000 subscribers. We just celebrated our 6th month on the air. So thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate that from wherever you guys are. Let's see what we got in the group chat. Hey, Dr. C, who again? Hey, love, love, love. Listen, the reason why love, 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 I have not dropped a schedule is because the schedule is all over the place because my life is all over the place right now. But we are going to, get back to work and get back on it. Now, tomorrow and every Monday thereafter at 7 p.m., we're going to be having the Real Housewives of Potomac panel review. So you guys will look forward to that. Salt Lake City, I'm not really sure. I'm just not really feeling it. And so it's not to say that it's not good. It's just, I don't know, like some things just aren't my thing. And I don't have a panel for Salt Lake City. So if I was to do Salt Lake City by myself, I would have to be passionate. I can do Orange County by myself. I can do New York by myself. I can do um, Jersey by myself, as we saw, even though I had fabulous co-hosts on Jersey as well. There were just times I had to go solo, but I cared enough about that show to do it. And I just don't care enough about Salt Lake City. I got to be honest. Hey, Auntie, thank you for understanding because I put up a poll and the people I was like, I don't like Salt Lake City like that. Please review Salt Lake City. I'm like, did we just not read what I just anything for the divas, though. With that being said, hey to the people, let's go ahead and get on with the show, okay? In 1 second. Un momento, por favor. All right, so Orange County, we start off at Katie's couple's dinner party. Eddie says that he doesn't need, says it doesn't need to be like this after Tamara has stammered and stormed and stammered. That's what she did. She stormed out of Katie's house and stammered getting into the car, almost tripped and fell getting into the car, and is upset. Emily says, I mean, this is Tamara and this is what she does. So Eddie, we don't know what the hell you're talking about, but this is what Tamara does. She causes a ruckus and then she leaves. Do you not know who you're married to? Eddie. I always find it interesting when people are married to people, like people who are like relatively low profile, pick some of the most chaotic people to marry. And is it because they don't get that chaotic person when they're with them? Or do they live vicariously through that chaotic person? Because, wow, you're saying and doing things that I wish I could do and say, but I just don't have the personality to do that. Or are you just as chaotic and messy as the person that you married? I just have always found that interesting how people end up picking who they choose to be with for the rest of their life. Hmm. Katie goes to check out on Tamara, and Tamara says, "Girlfriend, don't go." I just, girlfriend, don't go. And I do think that Katie and Tamara have built a friendship. But as we all know, Tamara Handbook 101, it's only a matter of time before it's your turn, Katie. It's just only a matter of time, Diva. Tamara says that there's an account that broke down the lawsuit with the FBI alleging of illegal gambling. Eddie leaves, and before he leaves, he shakes Ryan's hand. Ryan apologizes, and Eddie accepts. So that was interesting to know. Jen asks Eddie to help her with Tamara. However, Jen also says that she knew it was only a matter of time, as I just said, before Tamara turned her back on her. She loves and respects Eddie, but this is who Tamara is, and Tamara is not loyal to anyone, especially not Jen. It is interesting, as I mentioned throughout the course of this season, to watch Jen have awakenings. She had like an awakening. Oh my God, like if I move into a place, I have to pay the bills. If I don't pay the bills, they're going to put me out of my house. Two awakenings in a row. And now she's finally awakening to the fact that Tamara is who she is. You leave her or you take her. You deal with her in the best way you can, or you don't deal with her at all. And it's just interesting to see Jen and like over the season getting more and more of a backbone with these women. She stood up for herself with Emily the best way she knew how, and now she's not putting up with any of Tamara's BS. And it's not necessarily how I would go about things because Tamara and Emily would have got their asses cussed out. However, for the fact that you're standing up for yourself, you're not looking to the other ladies. Why didn't you say anything? Why didn't you defend me when she was doing this? No, I got it. I'll deal with it in the best way that I know how. And she's dealing with it in the best way she knows how. I got to give kudos to you because I know that that's a big step in your personal development. And she's absolutely right. Tamara is not loyal to anyone, most especially Jen. Question: do y'all think that Tamara is loyal to Eddie? She said to anyone. So I'm just asking, do y'all think that Tamara's loyal to Eddie? Hey, everybody out there on YouTube, everybody on X, everybody on Facebook, everybody on Twitch. How y'all doing? Um, just a question. I'm gonna go to the group chat and see what the group chat is saying in a little bit about it. Katie tells Jen in front of the group that Tamara is pissed and said to ask Ryan about the FBI. Oh, we diva. Ask Ryan about the people child. Now, Ryan says that one of his closest friends is going through something, and Emily says that she thought Matt was hosting high rollers in Las Vegas. Emily says that she's heard rumblings that his friend is being investigated, but she does not know the details. Now, Emily does not know the details, and Emily does not ask him of the details. She tells him what she's heard. And so, to me, if you were talking to me in which the way Emily was talking to Ryan, it would seem like you would actually have known what the hell you were talking about. See, this is my problem with Emily. Do you know what the hell you're talking about, or do you not know what the hell you're talking about? Because if you don't know what the hell that you're talking about, then you should not be so matter of fact and so accusatory in your language. You should ask me what is happening. Now, after I tell you what happens, then it's up to you to decipher whether Ryan is spitting out a load of bullshit, which allegedly he may possibly be doing, because we saw Ryan try to explain the last episode what he did for a living, and everybody was confused, right? And so those are separate things, but I just don't like when people who admittedly don't know what the hell they're talking about talk to me as if they know what the hell they're talking about. Is that just me? Let me go ahead and see what the group chat had to say about um, the loyalty. Let's see. I'm happy Jen is standing up. Me too. Dr. C who, I agree with you. Jen being around these ladies, or excuse me, these girls, is giving her confidence. Absolutely. Dr. C who says, nope, she is not loyal to Eddie. Auntie says, I think she is. She left her husband for Eddie, allegedly. Sometimes I wonder if she is, well, honey, I don't know, child. Hey, Mel NYC Reviews. Jen needs to attend a course on defensive communication because, goodness gracious. I mean, listen, yeah, she needs to go to Read School 101. She does. But you guys read me a new one about me being so upset with Garcelle on the Beverly Hills reviews on the lean. You guys let me have it because I wanted Garcelle to snap out and say certain things and do certain things when it came to Dorit and the other ladies that she did not do, and she did it in her own way. And so I have learned to accept that everyone deals with things in their own way, and I do have to acknowledge her in her steps in her journey because last season she didn't deal and she let people throw napkins in her face and stuff like that and talk to her any kind of way. And this season, even though they're still talking to her any kind of way, she's at least attempting to put up a fight, which is more than we got last season. So baby steps, baby steps. And hopefully at the reunion, she's yelling and screaming and cussing everybody out like everybody else does. I don't know. Um, Not just you. Thank you. Happy Sunday, Mr. Chase. Happy Sunday to the people. Yes, the people are here. The divas are in the room, and we are reviewing The Real Housewives of Orange County, episode 13, season 18. Let me ask you guys. We do our late night lives on Orange County normally, the after show, which is a big hit on Twitter or slash X. Do you guys like the immediate after show at like 10:15, or do you guys like to let the episode simmer a little bit and then come on Sundays and do it? Let me know what you think. All right. Anywho, I stopped the middle of that because Emily was getting on my nerves so damn bad. Um, She says that Ryan likes to go to Vegas, like it's his career. Only thing you can do in Vegas, according to Emily, is drink, gamble, and oh yeah, there's prostitution too. Prostitution whores are in on Las Vegas. I've never been to Las Vegas, so I don't know. Is that the only thing there is to do in Las Vegas? Is gamble, drink, and meet with prostitution whores? I don't know. Y'all got to let me know about that one. Heather and Katie meet with Shannon on her birthday, and Shannon does not like a big spectacle or fuss made over her surrounding her birthday. And people who make the biggest spectacles and the biggest fusses over everything in their life normally tend not to do so on the day that you're kind of allowed to make a big spectacle and fuss over yourself, which is like your birthday. Like I remember Bethany Frankel for years hated celebrating her birthday and would not celebrate her birthday. And so it's interesting to hear that Shannon would say that she does not like to be celebrated in this manner on her birthday. Shannon missed Jen's party, and they tell her that Lexy, aka Alexis, aka wackadoodle, was acting like a wackadoodle. And Shannon says that's most likely because the lawsuit dropped publicly the next day in People magazine. Shannon says it's not about money. And Heather says her thought is that Johnny J feels like, what if he signs the non disparagement agreement and then she trashes him throughout the whole season that they're currently filming, and because he signed a non disparagement agreement, is not able to defend himself. Katie says that's exactly what Alexis is saying, why he will not sign the non disparagement agreement. And Shannon, because he wants to be able to respond if Shannon acts up. And Shannon feels like making the lawsuit public was in an attempt to humiliate her. Now, y'all not going to like what I'm going to say, which y'all know I'm very fair. I don't pick sides. Only person I don't play about is Jen on this show. Jen can't do no wrong. I don't care if Jen is in the wrong. I don't play it about Jen, okay? But what I will say is, if that is his reasoning for not signing a non-disparagement agreement, I agree. I agree. Because I signed a non-disparagement agreement and you film a whole season telling everybody how you paid for this and you paid for that, and I'm a liar, and I'm a this and I'm a that, and I'm a this and I'm a that, and I'm a that and I'm a this, and then the season airs, I'm over here boiling, um, boiling my grits. It's boiling my grits, it's grinding my gears, and I can't respond. Hell no, I will sign a non-disparagement agreement after that season ends. I'm sorry. I know y'all not gonna like that one, cause yeah, it is definitely fuck Johnny J. And you heard what I said. I don't like Johnny J. I don't like what he's done, but I do agree. Now the question is Shannon disparaging him or is she telling the truth about him? Only people who would know is Shannon and Johnny J. We won't know the truth. We can pick sides, but do we actually know the truth? I don't think anybody knows the truth because it doesn't seem like either side is really telling the whole truth. It's like lies mixed in with the truth. And so it's up to us to believe whatever we would like to believe. I will say this: I would like for it to be um, a non-disparagement agreement signed immediately after the season because I don't want to go into season 19 talking about this anymore. I'm over this. But I do agree with him that he should have the right to respond to any falsehoods or any non-truths that are told about him as the season progresses. Now, do I think that's his sole reason for not signing it? Absolutely not. That is an element to why he didn't sign it. And the other element that why he didn't sign it is because he wants to publicly drag her through the mud, humiliate her, embarrass her, and make her look even worse than she looked. And that is where everything backfires. If you just operate in the truth, and if you want the truth, then you have to be truthful in why you're operating in the way that you're operating, which you're not doing, Johnny J, because you do want to humiliate her, and you also want to take the opportunity to drag her through the mud because you believe that she has dragged you through the mud. You see? See how fair that was? We can be fair and watch reality TV, right? I, I mean, I can be fair and watch reality TV. Hey, y'all, there's so many people in the room, child. Let me go see what the people are talking about. My divas are saying. What are the divas saying? The divas were dishing. What are we dishing about, divas? Yeah, I did see that they said that the lawsuit that Ryan filed is not going to happen. But maybe it'll teach Tamara to shut her damn mouth. The agreement was for them both not to speak about the other. Well, I understand that it was about them both. Yes. However, there's a whole season of you like shit talking me. I had to sit down and be quiet on that. Answer no. I'll sign it after the season's aired and after I've gotten my piece out. And then after that, we can sign whatever you like to sign. That's I'm just speaking for me. I'm not going for it. Sorry. Um, they definitely both should sign one. Yeah, okay. I just addressed that. Both of them to keep quiet. Johnny J and Alexis made Shannon look good. You know, I don't think when you're in it, you realize how good you start to look at you are looking in things. I think that this episode kind of is Shannon's realization that these guys like assholes and douchebags, and not only does the majority of the cast side with me on this, but the majority of the viewership is probably going to side with me on this one too. When you're in it, Shannon had the odds stacked against her, so I don't think that she may have initially saw that the public would have sided with her. Hey Tila, how you doing? Welcome back. I appreciate you. All right. Emily and Gina meet up, and Gina says that Tamara can't just say anything she wants after 3 martinis. I think that this is great. I think that I would like to see Gina tell Tamara that. See how that goes for her. Good luck. Katie and Heather fill Shannon in on Tamara and Eddie versus Jen and Ryan. Heather says that you cannot be friends and it's okay. And Katie says they could be golf course friends. And Heather shot Katie the dirtiest look. I don't know if you guys are clocking it, but we are seeing, excuse me, consistent proof that Heather does not like to be challenged in any sort of way. The girl wasn't even challenging Heather. She was just giving her opinion. And Heather shot her a dirty, nasty look. We've seen what happens when Emily challenged her thought process. That didn't work well. Katie's challenged her this season. That didn't work well. Her husband has challenged her. That hasn't worked well. It is Heather's narrative or the highway. And so it's just, Heather kind of annoys me. Absolutely. She annoys me. Um, Heather gives her the death stare, and Shannon says that she invited everyone except for Alexis to her birthday tea, and Tamara declined. Katie says that she most likely declined because that was after the whole ordeal with Tamara, Jen, Eddie, and Ryan. Gina says that it's going to be uncomfortable at Shannon's tea party with Heather there because Heather is upset with Gina on so many levels that she left her house with Emily. And it's okay, Gina feels like, to side with Emily on this one thing. And it does not make her any less of a friend to Heather. And that's another example because Heather feels like Gina left with Emily, that Gina chose a side, which Gina did choose a side. She chose to support her friend, but that doesn't mean that she's coming against you. Because if you were actually listening to what Emily was trying to say, instead of control the narrative, so make sure that you don't look like a bad person, Emily was trying to say, this is how it made me feel, though I realized that you weren't purposely attempting to do so. Heather asks Katie what side she is on, and Katie says that she can see how Emily wants to be heard, but can also see how the night got away from Emily. AKA, she's on Emily's side and not your side, Heather, and she tired of arguing with you. She just want to be in a good place with you, so she's not going to start up some mess on Shannon's birthday, but she really does not agree with how you handle things. That's what I got from out of that. Heather says that Emily got aggressive, and Emily tells Gina that Heather told Tamara that Emily attacked Heather. Emily says that she didn't attack Heather. She was emotional though, and Heather put her finger in Emily's face and said no. Heather said that she felt terribly, and Katie says Emily feels Heather sees her as a size 12 instead of a size 6, and that Heather still sees her as the big girl. Okay, now we watched that. That escalated for no reason. I do think that Emily was in her feels. And so that really heightened her emotional levels to a level to where the conversation probably was not going to be productive. Because when you have someone who is resistant to those type of conversations, such as Heather is, she automatically goes on the defense. And when you're automatically at a heightened state because you're talking about a triggering subject, anything that person does or says, right or wrong, is going to continue to send you into the deep end. Like, what are you blinking like that for? And I'm telling you about something that's very traumatic to me. Why are you breathing that hard? Like, why are you sitting with your legs crossed? How could dare you sit with your legs crossed right now as I'm telling you about something that you did that triggered me, even though I know it was not your fault. So that was not the time nor the place for them to do it because they both weren't in a place. Uh, they both were not in a place. Heather definitely was not because she never is in a place to receive, and Emily was not in a place to give. And so for Emily to go and then say, let me go back up here and make sure I get this one right, that Heather sees her as a size 12 instead of a size 6, and that Heather still sees her as the big girl, I would venture to say that that is false, Emily. And I think that you still see yourself as a size 12 instead of a size six, and you still see yourself as the big girl amongst these women. And until you see it differently, you're not going to be able to gauge that other people see it differently because other people see what we cannot see. So until we see what we are within ourselves and have resolve about that and have a love for where we are, where we've been, and where we're going, it is never not going to trigger you, and you're going to blame other people for this. And so, even though you say that you're not being accusatory of Heather and you're not blaming Heather when you make statements such as Heather sees you as a size 12 instead of a size 6, and that Heather still sees you as the big girl, that is contradictory. And that, in my opinion, I feel like you're projecting. I feel like you see yourself as the big girl. So either you're gonna have to love yourself as the big girl, or see yourself for where you're at right now in your life and in your body, and love that and embrace that and keep working until you get to where you feel you want to be. Not from one big girl to another, formerly big girl, because you're not a big girl no more. Emily, you're just not a big girl no more. But I can see that. It's up for you to see that. I can't make you not see that. Excuse me, I can't make you see that. So now I will say this. Even though I don't think Heather did it on purpose, Heather was definitely nasty by saying what she said about that lady, and I don't give a damn what nobody say about that one. Nobody's gonna change my mind on that. She did not have to go ahead and say that the girl could barely fit into the dress anyway. I thought that was nasty. I thought that was gross, and it does lead me to wonder, well, damn, if you're not doing this stuff on purpose, then why make that kind of a comment? Because that comment was gross and unnecessary. Y'all done lost my stuff. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Comment was gross and unnecessary, and I don't see how you thought that was something nice to say. So it does make me question for a person like me. If I when I watch that, I go back and question everything that you said that you didn't try to do. Cause what you saying that shit for, you nasty ass lady. My question is why Emily has different color. But that was my question too. But everybody said that I've been wrong about. Well, no, I know Sammy said I was wrong about that. You know, I just was like, for me, it's not about me being big, small, in the middle, none of that. It's about why everybody got on black leather pants. You told me to wear blue jeans. That would have threw me off. That would have threw me off. That would have thrown me off. Chase, you're not big. Thank you. I think because this is the biggest I've ever been in my life. To me, this is big. Um, But thank you. But I love myself. I love me when I was a little twink, and I love me now that I'm a bear, honey. I love all of me. But that was a journey I had to take for myself because it was a struggle for me, right? And so I understand what Emily is saying, but she does sprinkle in little bits of projection here and there. Because for you to say that Heather sees you as a size 12 instead of a size 6, with no proof yet in the conversation, is projecting. Now, Emily did not know that Heather made that comment about her barely fitting in that size 12 dress. So maybe Emily right. Shit, I don't know. Maybe Emily right. Damn. See, love. Here you go. See, that's what the hell she talking about. Hey, Sean. Sean said she got sued for $1 million. She keep her mouth shut too. Huh? You think that's going to keep Tamara's mouth shut? Absolutely not. Why we talking about Tamara keeping her mouth shut? Y'all want Tamara to be fired so bad, and I just got to be honest with y'all. No, no, she's a necessary evil for this show. But I think what's interesting is Tamara don't think she evil. That's who. I don't think, guys. Let me tell you something. The dress was tight. Let me tell you. Mm, comment was nasty. T. Little niece says that we can keep Tamara, but we got to get rid of Heather. What y'all think? Tamara, the only person on the show. Heather, the only person on the show with some real loan money. So I don't know. All right. So as they're relating to Heather, how Emily feels, Heather hears her say all of this, them say all of these things that Emily feels, and Heather is floored. Not that Emily felt this way, but that Emily did not come to her first. And then she could reassure her that that was not the case, because she thinks that Emily is gorgeous. What did she do to make Emily feel that way? She needs to know. Yeah, it's a natural feeling to be like, damn, I wish you would have came to me first. But is that the issue? I have not gone to the person first, and people have not come to me first. And I think that it's unfair for me to want people to do that because sometimes you need to speak to someone else who may know both of you, only not to spread the tea, right? Or not to like be messy, but because it's like, hey, listen, I'm feeling a type of way. Is this irrational or am I justified in my thinking? I know for me, I don't want to bring a situation to a person where I'm out of bounds and cause an unnecessary conflict with the person. So I may ask someone else what they think of the issue. I'm then going to weigh what they think of the issue, weigh what I think of the issue, and decide if I need to move forward with either pressing the issue or dropping the issue. Um, However, I understand that that's the whole thing in itself and it can get messy, but that's why I've done it in the past at times. Not to just be like going around talking about you behind your back, but it's, hey, sometimes I need somebody to calm me down, talk me out of it, talk me out of snapping out. Let me ask you something, T. Little niece. Do you think I'm crazy? Like, because this is what happened, A, B, and C, and then you come to D and say, yeah, baby, you're crazy. Damn. All right, well, I'll go out and apologize. Or, okay, well, we could just drop it and I won't bring it up. Or, am I crazy, Auntie? Or did A, B, and C happen in equal D? And you could say, you're absolutely right. You need to have a conversation. Thank you. I'm going to do that. So, yeah, I get that we would ideally like for a person to come to you first, but Heather has proven throughout the course of this season that you cannot come to her. She is admittedly defensive. She shut down Gina. She shut down Katie. She shut down her husband. She shut down Emily. So is Heather a person that you can readily talk to who will receive the information and the discussion? Answer no, absolutely not. So I think that Heather needs to examine why she is so defensive. If there's any conversation that may go against the narrative of what she's trying to attempt to portray, which is a rich, drama, carefree girl who does nothing wrong and only drinks champagne. Emily says she wanted Heather to be a human fucking being for once because it was psychologically triggering for her, um, due to every name and all of the shit that she has to deal with, and has had to deal with in the past. The constant commentary on her body is hurtful, and she feels she can't win. Emily doesn't want to talk to Heather because it's always on Heather's terms. Emily says it is psychologically triggering for her, which is what she was trying to get Heather to understand. I'm gonna let Emily have that one because she did attempt to have the conversation with Heather, and Heather was resistant to the conversation and putting her finger in that lady's face and stuff like that. So I give her that. Because just because you did something that was triggering to me does not mean that I'm projecting this onto you. I'm letting you know as a friend, hey, I know you didn't do this on purpose, or I don't feel like you did this on purpose, but these things trigger me, and this is how these things have made me feel due to things that I have dealt with in my past. And if your friend is a real friend, your friend is going to sit there and listen and navigate a conversation with you. And you, A, will not place the blame on your friend for something they didn't intentionally do, and B, your friend will hear you recognize where you're at, where you've been, and attempt not to make you feel that way in the future. The reason why this does not work is because there is a failure to communicate with Emily and Heather, as there has been over the last 3 seasons, and they are not friends. Whoop, there it is. Because my friend wouldn't make me feel that way. And if my friend did make me feel that way, they would come in to me and try to resolve it, which is something that Heather does not try to do until later, until she realizes, oh shit, this is going to make me look bad. I'm not going to touch it. You got it. No, that's what she's not. Excuse me. No, that's why she's not a good housewife in my eyes. Instead of listening, she runs away and tries to find the perfect answer. Then she'll address it. Well, it doesn't look like they're dealing with it anymore. And I think in order to be an organic part of this group, they're going to have to start having these conversations. They're starting to call it out on camera, but they're not starting to call it out to her face. So we'll see how the reunion goes. If Emily had body issues, don't be in the fashion show. Um, I'm gonna say no. Reason why I'm gonna say no is she had the body issues. She was made to feel welcome, and then when she got there, they put her in jeans and put everybody else in leather pants. And then the other things, you don't know if you're ready to do something until you try to do it, and then you either find out whether you're ready or whether you're not. So I wouldn't say don't do it, but they both have to acknowledge there were some issues on both sides. No one on the show is friends. I would say that Heather, Shannon, Tamara, just because of the history, have had more of a friendship than they do with each other than these other ladies. And so Heather gives Shannon and Tamara more than she gives the newer girls because I hate to say it, but it comes off as if she views that they're beneath her. That's the way it comes off. Oh, baloney. Y'all gas and shine up in the comments. All right, in the group chat. Don't forget tomorrow, you guys will be here at 7 p.m. for the Real Housewives of Potomac. We only got to touch on like the last episode or two of the reunion last season, but those are big hits as we had just started the channel. So I'm actually excited to cover a whole season of Potomac. And the panel that we have for Potomac is a very feisty panel. So y'all pray for me. Anytime we have people on a panel with me that make me look tame in comparison, you know, people crazy. That's all I got to say. All right. Heather says she's a good listener and she wants to sit down with Emily. But if you want to comment me, then I am not the one. And I will put my finger right in your face. Now, does that sound like someone who's a good listener? Absolutely not, because in that same sentence that she states she's a good listener, she automatically puts herself back on the defense. Why does she always think people coming for her? Because she's always doing something that's come worthy. Gina says that Heather needs to come down back to earth because the air is cutting off the circulation to her brain. Emily and Gina finna have, excuse me, well, yeah, Emily, Gina, and Heather are about to have it out at this reunion. Mark my words, especially Heather and Gina. It's going to be a fight, and I can't wait. I cannot wait. It's going to be a fight. Emily is involved with the Innocence Center, which helps exonerated persons assimilate into society. Now, the person that she's with was charged with attempted murder and mayhem. Now, the story goes that three people were hanging out, and a guy said he was going to his car and was shot. It wasn't the person who Emily is meeting with, it was actually his brother. And Emily says it shows how broken the justice system is. Also, juries actually listening and asking if it is enough evidence of a crime. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but I believe it was last summer, I sat on a jury, and it was the most emotionally jarring process in my entire life. people did have their minds made up already before seeing the evidence, and they admittedly said that they had their minds made up. And I was not one of those persons. Because we had that case was a big case. I wanted to see every piece of evidence. I wanted to read over every document. I wanted to be sure in what I was doing, because there are people who are wrongfully imprisoned, such as this man was. His actual brother did it, and his brother stated that because he knew that his brother did not commit the crime, he thought he would have been exonerated, but that was not the case, and this guy ended up spending 18 years in prison for a crime he did not commit. Do you see what I'm saying? So when Emily says that juries need to actually consider if this is enough evidence to convict a person, because a lot of the times it is not, it is not. I wanted to go ahead and review that scene because it just resonated deeply with me after what I had been through on jury duty a year ago, over a year ago. Like that was, I wouldn't wish that on anybody. I really wouldn't. Um, Katie, or Younghwa, is going to Korea for her 40th birthday to meet her birth mother, which I thought was cute. And Jen is going shopping for a dress because the dress that she had for Shannon's birthday party doesn't fit. Now, a lot of people feel like it is fiscally irresponsible for Jen to go shopping for a dress. But I'm gonna let Jen have this. I know y'all was looking like, but why is Jen going shopping for a dress? She can't pay no rent. That's because she ain't got no rent to pay right now. Let her go get a dress. Damn. I hope she's saving her money though. All that stuff going down with Ryan, she gonna need it, allegedly. What the group chat saying? Oh my God, no Roni. Oh my God, you guys are killing me. Y'all, I gotta be honest. It's been the biggest decision. Um, I'm not. I gotta be honest. I don't know if I'm gonna do Salt Lake City. I'm just not. It's not moving me to chorus. It is a great show. It is a great season that they're having, but it's not moving me to chorus to enough to want to review it. Right. So that's number one. Roni, I absolutely love Roni. I could review it, but I'm thinking like, okay, Potomac is coming back. I believe Married to Medicine is coming back soon. And we'll be doing Married to Medicine here. This is the first unofficial announcement, but we'll be doing Married to Medicine here on No Chaser TV this season. Um, there's another show. Another show. Oh, Love and Marriage Huntsville will be back in November, which we're already doing here. That's 3 reviews. I'm not enthusiastic about Salt Lake City, and I'm on the fence about New York. And I'm just being very honest and transparent with you guys. So we will see what we're gonna do. Plus, happy hours return back in November as well. So the schedule is gonna get packed again, and so I don't want to commit to something I don't really care about. Emily and Gina excommunicated Noella for going after Heather, just to go after Heather every season. Absolutely. Bring her. No, I know y'all didn't like Noella, but I did. I didn't care. So what? Ryan paying for the dress. Absolutely. Let her get a dress, child. People was like, why is she buying a dress? She can't pay her rent. Because she don't have no rent right now. The bells are coming, Shine. You know, I love the bells. I got to see if I can get a panel for the bells. So I don't want to do the bells by myself. If I can find somebody to get up here with me and talk about the bells, I'm going to talk about the bells. I love the bells, honey. I love the bells. House of Villains. I don't even know how you review House of Villains. Like, how do you review a game show? Like, those game shows are so tough to review. I don't know. The rent was paid by her dad. Is it? Was it paid by her daddy? Eventually, it was paid by her daddy. And which daddy are you talking about? Her daddy or Ryan? Oh, all right. So it is time for Shannon's 60th birthday tea. Gina arrives and Gina says that she thought it was Tamara and they look so much alike these days. Gina is so fucking messy. Gina is so fucking messy. And this is when you learn how to read. Jen. Because Jen was supposed to say something back to Gina. I would have said, oh yeah, you look like a bitch still in the casita. Oh yeah, you need to comb your hair. Oh yeah, you like need somebody oh yeah, you like somebody need to figure out where the rest of my rent money at. That's what you look like, bitch. And I would say right on down. She know that girl look nothing like Tamara. Messy self. Heather arrives and asks Emily immediately if they can go to the side and talk, and Emily says, no. I said, I know that's right, girl. No. I don't give her nothing. Emily says that she tried to talk to her friend, and her friend didn't want to go home. Excuse me, she tried to talk to her friend, um, and her friend didn't want to talk, and she didn't want to go home crying um, and feeling like shit. Heather says that she probably wasn't in the spirit to do the private conversation at the time. She never is. And Gina says it's because Heather always wants to step away rather than being in the moment and is calculated. She needs time to come up with the perfect response. And Gina feels the goal should be to share your feelings, communicate, and make it better with your friend. Now, I did see someone in the comments mention that earlier. I believe it was Tila Lanise. Let me ask you this: Is it okay? Is it okay that I don't like to have the conversation right then because I feel like I'll get railroaded if I have not had time to think about and process what happened? Is that okay? That I'm not ready right now? Or is that genuinely why Heather pushes off confrontation in the moment and deals with you on her terms so she can get you on her turf and kick your ass verbally? I think it's the latter. Some people are not good in the moment. We've seen like Jen not be good in the moment. Actually, I'm so mad right now. If I talk to you right now, we're gonna fight. So I don't want to talk to you right now. We can talk about it a little later when I calm down. But that's not Heather's problem. Heather does like to control the situation. And that's what it is. So if you ask her to do something on your time, it's most likely going to get declined and it's going to be rescheduled when her schedule has the availability to do so. So maybe they're right. Y'all right. Y'all are right. All right. So Heather asks again to talk, and they do go to the side. Um, Emily says that she obliged this time because she knows that she doesn't, it's going to build up and become a whole big issue with Heather, and she doesn't feel like dealing with that shit. Emily starts off by saying that she's triggered and says, when you hang two dresses side by side, and one is big and one is small, then give me an oversized jacket, and then have me be the only one in jeans, it really does a number on my psyche. And I wholeheartedly agree. When you stack it up like that, yeah. Now I will say the jacket and the dress are something that Emily needs to work on. But I still question why we still have not gotten an answer why as to why Emily had to wear jeans. So yeah. Heather says, excuse me, Emily says that uh, she felt that maybe Heather didn't see that she lost 40 pounds within the last year. And again, I ask you, Emily, have you seen that you lost 40 pounds in the last year? Heather says that's crazy. She doesn't blame, and Emily says that she doesn't blame Heather. She just wanted to be heard. And Heather says that she doesn't want Emily to feel anything other than fabulous. Heather says, okay, yes. Tamara then arrives and she immediately apologizes with Jen to Jen. Jen says they can have the discussion another time, and Jen is just quite frankly exhausted with Tamara and her bullshit and always being the one to be picked on. And you know what? Jen's sick of Heather shit. Excuse me, Jen is sick of Tamara and her bullshit. Y'all can tell she is over it. I'm so proud of her. Um, Heather says that she chose the jacket for Emily because it was a badass jacket and she felt like Emily was a badass bitch. Emily is not. The reason why Emily is not a badass bitch is because not only do you look, you have to feel like you look the part, you have to feel like you are the part, right? So no matter if I come in here with my hand out done and I come in here with a little rag or shag, baby, because I know I gives it out in the streets. When you see me down to the thing, I know within myself that I'm a badass bitch. And nobody can tell me otherwise. You cannot tell me that I am not a badass bitch because I believe it to be so. Emily doesn't believe that and doesn't have that resolve within herself. So until Emily believes that she's a badass bitch, she's not one. That's how that works. Because if you believe you're a badass bitch, can't nobody tell you that you're not, even when they try to. Girl, look at you. Look at me. Look at you. Girl, look at you. One of your titties up here, one of your titties down here. And it's eating. It's fabulous, girl. You wish you had a lopsided titty like mine because I'm a badass bitch. That's how you own who you are. When I own who I am, you can say whatever you got to say. It does not matter because I love me. And there's nothing that you can do. Sticks and stones may break these bones, but honey, your words could never faze me. I know that's right. Okay? Sticks and stones can hurt these big bones, honey, but your words gonna get your ass kicked. That's where we're at with it. Cause I'm a bad ass bitch. I'm talking to Emily as if like Emily's watching this. Emily, if you're watching this, you gotta believe that you're the baddest. You gotta walk in the room and be the baddest. I'm the only one with jeans on. You girls could never, because you girls can clear jeans like me. I would never give Heather the satisfaction in the moment, but I am gonna clock Heather and say, well, girl, Bob was all the only one in jeans. It could have it could have broken me. You gotta choose not to let stuff break you. It could have broken me to be odd man out. It could have broken me that you gave me the big ass jacket because you think I'm still a big girl, and I'm not. But it won't break me. I'm either gonna wear the jacket or I'm not gonna wear the jacket. If I'm gonna wear the jacket, I'm gonna clear this jacket out, and guess what? I'll do a whole reveal, girl, because you girls think I'm the big bone girl, and then boom, pop, poop, pop, poop, a skinny bitch. Not me. Here's the jacket, divas. Maybe another one of you plus size sisters can rock it. Threw it over my shoulder and sashay back to the dressing room. You got me fucked up. That's how you own it. You have to clear these girls. You have to gather the girls. And that is just something that these girls do not have. The ability to gather a bitch. Thank you. Emily could have worked that situation and she chose to be hurt. And I'm not saying that it's not hurtful. It is hurtful because guess what? When I go back home and say that hurt, but I'm glad I handled it the way I handled it. Didn't give her the satisfaction. Never. I would never let a bitch that drank champs and eat caviar, darling, thumb their nose at me. You could never thumb your nose at me. I don't care how much money you got. Because one thing I got that you can't buy is an unbreakable spirit. You're not the one who's going to be able to break it. Maybe somebody else can, but it won't be you. And it certainly won't be nobody else on these reunion couches. None of you can break my spirit, diva. Ever. Oh, and I got the hallelujah. And I got the church. Oh, Lord. You know, can I say something? I'm going to be very transparent. When I review when I review shows like Orange County or Beverly Hills or whatever, right? I recognize that the majority of the viewing audience is not black, right? But I love these shows. And so I feel like when people come across my reviews, they're I know I rock my reviews. Listen, I know I rock the review, baby. I know I rocks it. But I think because I'm so black, loud, fat, gay, country, little hood, I think that at times maybe the disconnect is so large between me and the audience that does get a chance to view that it may or may not resonate with the audience at large. But it doesn't stop me from reviewing the shows because I love them and I know that I'm good at it. Do you get what I'm saying? And so while I struggle at times with doing these mainstream shows because I know that those are things that are obviously able to be publicly scrutinized or would turn away viewers. You know what I mean? And it doesn't necessarily lend me to get the platform that other content creators have who review these shows. The fact that I still have people who show up regardless and comment in the group chat regardless, or watch on X, or watch on Facebook, or watch on YouTube regardless, lets me know that I'm walking in my purpose and doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And so my message is to anyone who feels like they have odds stacked against them, like Emily's odds were stacked against her because she felt that she was outcast. She felt that she was um, triggered in her weight and in her journey and not recognized for her progress. Sometimes you have to realize that the progress that you're making, everybody's not going to understand it. Everybody's not going to get it, and it's not going to resonate with everyone. But as long as you recognize that you're doing what you're supposed to be doing and it's making you happy, and regardless to whether Heather saw that you lost weight or not, or regardless to whether people feel like I'm too loud, black, fat, gay, country or not, and they never watch a review that I do on these shows. You are doing it because you want to do it and you want to be there. You're losing this weight because you're doing it because you want to be there, um, and you want to be what you're working for, just as I am. And eventually, people will catch up. And if they never catch up, they just lost the race. So hopefully you'll get there, Emily, because I understand where you're coming from. Absolutely. What is for you, and it will not miss you. Absolutely. All right, y'all. Oh, all right. Whew, I be too honest with y'all up here. That's my problem. I just be too damn honest. But it is something that I have had to resonate with because I'm like, I see people get opportunities, and I am always happy for everyone who gets an opportunity. And when an opportunity is given to someone, not only am I happy for a person who got an opportunity, I also know that I will get my own opportunities and they will be for me because they are for me. And so I don't look at another person to be like, I'm happy for them and I'm working hard so that one day I can have my own opportunities, right? But I do recognize that I have things that may exclude me from certain things, and I still choose to show up anyway because I love this and I love y'all. So Emily, you have to show up anyway. You show up. So what? She thought you was 40 pounds, 40 pounds ago. Show up. That's all you can do. All right, we're almost done here. Heather says, she put her in a jacket because it's a badass jacket. And in the future, just call her and not to go to other people first. They hug and they move forward. Now, Shannon finally arrives and the ladies open their gifts and it's tea bags. It's tea bags. And so everybody's like, okay, that's cool. And then she, voila, opens her black dress, and it is va va boom, a Union Jack dress. A la, is it Ginger Spice? Is it sporty, scary, baby, posh? Ginger, right? Yeah, a Union Jack dress. Fabulous dress. And they're going off to London, and the girls are excited. And this is when a olive branch arrives, and a huge, ugly ass floral arrangement comes, and it is sent by Alexis. Alexis reads the note, and Alexis is hoping that this is enough to give them a new start. Now, Shannon says that she's appreciative, but it's 9 weeks too late, and she's not interested in being friends with Shannon at this point. Emily is confused at the olive branch while being involved in a lawsuit and talking shit consistently about Shannon. And Shannon says that Alexis's coach is coaching her on all of this. Tamara says it's a load of BS that she would think that Alexis is being coached. And I would think that the reason why Tamara would think that Shannon is on a load of BS that Johnny J is coaching Alexis is because on the other side of Alexis's ear is Tamara coaching Alexis. Catch! Only way you would know that Alexis is not being coached by Johnny J is if you were the one doing the coaching. Look over the whole totality of the season. Tamara has definitely been coaching Alexis as well, and I would venture to say Johnny J has too. And Alexis should just listen to her real true self because this is not even Alexis' character to be carrying on and dragging it and acting like this. If we've watched OC as long as we've watched OC and we know what type of person Alexis is, none of this is in Alexis' character. This is straight out of a Tamara playbook, and this is straight out of a Johnny J playbook. This is weird. Anyway, Tamara tells Shannon about the butt dial, and people asked Shannon for a statement, and she agreed to give People Magazine the statement, but she wanted 30 minutes to speak with her lawyer, and they wouldn't wait, and so they published the story 5 minutes later, which is why she was crashing out on the phone with Tamara. Emily asked Shannon if she's going to send a thank you note to Alexis, and Shannon says, I got one better than thank you note. I have a text that I have here ready to send to Alexis, and it reads verbatim. Hi, Alexis. It's Shannon Medore. I am hosting a trip to Europe with friends, and I just wanted to make it clear you are not invited. Oh, oh, that was some damn good housewives. Katie says, "Oh no. Me and Jen gonna go over to her house because you cannot send her that message like that. We'll go over and we'll deliver the message like they are Alex delivering the message to Jill from Bethany. They'll deliver the message and let her know that she is not invited and deliver it with a softer blow so that way Alexis does not crash out." Shannon says that she's 60, she's awakened, and she is no longer a victim, and she is walking in her victory. Hallelujah. And she is standing up for herself. The ladies still feel it's harsh, but Katie and Jen are going to do it. So Katie and Jen arrive at Alexis's, and Jen says Alexis is in a good mood. And Katie says, not for long. And boy, was she right. Alexis asks if they will be good, and Katie says no. Alexis is so upset because she feels that she keeps getting shitted on in this whole ordeal. Let's see. You came in the first episode and told Shannon Bedore to hit the door if she didn't like that she was with Johnny J. Shannon Bedore, even though Shannon told you her issue was not with her dating Johnny J. Then you go around talking about how you guys are married and he feels your love take up in front of the lady and y'all fucking 5 and 6 times a week. I mean, a night in front of this lady, and that you plan on getting married to this lady's ex-boyfriend in front of this lady. And now you're going around telling people that he has alleged footage of her running over people in the damn car the night of her DUI to the people, and you got this lawsuit going on and he refuses to sign it, but you're the one consistently getting shit on by Shannon Bedore. Alexis! They tell her that Shannon sent Alexis a text message, and they send her to go get her phone. Alexis goes upstairs, and lo and behold, who was upstairs? Johnny J. Now, why would Johnny J need to be there for a scene that has absolutely nothing to do with him if he's not coaching her? Alexis retrieves her phone, comes down and reads the text message in front of the ladies, and the text message reads verbatim what they told her not to see in that lady. Shannon sent it anyway. Savage. Alexis says she's done. Fucking done. She does not wonder, excuse me, she does not understand what Shannon is so hung up on. And the ladies say, the lawsuit. Alexis says that if Shannon had paid back the money, they wouldn't even be here in the first place. She tried to pay back the money. He didn't want to sign a non-disparagement agreement. Johnny J then does a confessional and says, now mind you, Johnny J doesn't even like being on camera. He does not like being the center of attention. And he does a fucking interview for the Real Housewives of Orange County. And this is why he did not sign the non-disparagement agreement. He says that he did not want to pursue legal action against Shannon, but his hands were tied and he was coming up on the statute of limitations to do anything legally. She 100% knows these were loans. He has emails from Shannon saying it was a loan. Johnny J says Shannon has an interesting relationship with the truth. And Jen asks how it got to People magazine, and Alexis ignores that. And she says that, listen, John says 70. She says, sure, but you're going to have a muzzle. And they aren't doing that. Jenna then asked if she believes that Alexis sent the documents and leaked them over to People magazine. And Jen says, yeah, no. Please don't ask me. Don't put me on the spot because I don't want another bitch in this group mad at me. I'm already fighting off two of the baddest. I can't fight nobody else. Katie reluctantly answers yes, that she feels that Alexis did go ahead and leak the lawsuit to People magazine. And Alexis again says that she's done. And she's done for in the group. And Jen and Katie encourage her to stay in the group, just not film with Shannon. And Alexis says, nope, I'm done. It's over. Because Alexis has been filming this game long enough to know what edit you're about to get if you don't go on that group trip. And it's highly unlikely that you will return next season. Alexis then gets up and heads to the door that's normally reserved for Shannon Bedore. And then she motions for Katie and Jen to leave. I have never in my life seen anybody do that. Was anybody else taken aback by that? Were y'all not like, why is she putting these people in her damn house? That was one of the best things I've ever seen in my entire life because it was so weird. Oh my God. So she kicks them out of the house. And Jen is like, wait a minute, are we really getting kicked out? Alexis then thanks them for being the horrible communicator of the horrible news. She then slams the door in their face, goes upstairs, and cries to Johnny J. And Jen ends it with saying that she's never been kicked out of anything other than her house that she was evicted of. And there is the episode. You guys, that was fabulous. That whole end scene was amazing. That was like, come on. Alexis was like, it's over now. Get y'all ass up. Get out of the house. What? Every dog has his day, and ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun. That's all I got to say about that. Oh my God. That was epic. I lived. I loved every moment of that, y'all. Like I could watch that over and over again. That's gonna live in Housewives history for me. She put them people slap out her damn house. I know that's right. Get out. Get out. All right. So I know that we got some changes over here. Y'all like the background? Y'all like the background? How y'all like the background? But some things will never change because after this episode, we said we were going to talk about some stuff. So let's see if I actually have the right stuff up. Okay, yes. So Joel Kim Booster, who hosted the dating show with um, Shannon Bedore, Giselle Bryant, Ashley Darby, and I believe Luann de Lesseps, immediately after they wrapped filming last week, went on his Instagram and started wearing Shannon's ass out. This is the initial post and delete where he said some really nasty things about Shannon, and this is the follow up to that. Um, I can imagine what John Jansen had to deal with dealing with um, Shannon Bedore, poor guy. He then allegedly said that her daughters were nasty as well. And he said that it was a nightmare having to work with Shannon on that show. Do you guys believe him? I think I've heard that Shannon's a nightmare. Allegedly. I don't know that I don't believe him, but what I will say is what his name is, Joel Kim Booster. I'm gonna just go ahead and take the earrings off real quick. He's a nasty, messy queen. Every time I see him on Watch What Happens Live, I think, he is just nasty. I don't like his attitude. I don't like the way he speaks. I don't like anything about his demeanor. And I think that he's gotten to where he is because he's so hot. And he's typically on the wrong side of history when it comes to Real Housewives. Catch that dirt. So Shannon Bedore did finally comment on it, and Deadline has that. So we'll talk about that. There we go. Real Housewives of Orange County, Shannon Bedore confused over Joel Kim Booster's outburst while after filming her Peacock show. I don't know where it came from. He's hot, but it just seems nasty. I don't know. Has anybody ever gotten that vibe watching them on Watch What Happens Live? Like, just something's like ick about it. Like, I just don't live. Shannon Bedore shared her thoughts on Joel Kim Booster's social media comments about her. Booster is reportedly hosting a new The Real Housewives spinoff dating show for Peacock, starring stars from Bravo's franchise such as Shannon Bedore, Giselle Bryant, Ashley Darby, and Luann de Lesseps. As the reality series wrapped, Booster took to social media to air his grievances about someone in the cast. Bedore was asked about the comments during a fan Q&A as part of her comedy tour alongside the Real Housewives of Orange County alum Vicki Gunvalson. The reality TV personality said that she was at the airport when she found out about Booster's comments, adding, I really don't know what it's about. Bedore said that before the rap party, Booster had tears in his eyes and he said, I'm so happy for you. He trashed my daughters, Bedore added. He said that I hope that I suffer, meaning Shannon suffers. Um, he said that he feels sorry for John Jansen. He says that I'm nothing but a pathetic drunk and it's really going to look silly for him because he had nothing but love for me the entire show. Bedore continued, what I'm sad about is, now, what is this? Oh, I don't know how to get rid of that. So, okay, there we go. Okay, sorry, y'all. What I'm sad about is it's hard for me to walk. Excuse me. What I'm sad about is I did some kind things on the show and people said it was kind. It's hard for me to walk away from an experience that I really enjoy, but we'll see what happens. I don't know where it came from. I really don't. Mm-mm-mm. So, to the people out there, do y'all believe what Joel Kim Booster said? Whose side are you on this? Let me go ahead and drop this just in case anybody really wants to talk. I'll go ahead and take a caller or two, just in case. But if not, we're going to go ahead and enjoy the rest of our Sunday. Um, And I'll read some of your comments. There's the phone number. Let's see what you guys are saying. Auntie says she doesn't know what to believe. See, our content says he's another D-list wannabe who kisses Andy Cohen's butt. Andy has a whole league of D-listers he brings on that show, and they all bow down to him. He's late. Okay, that's your opinion. I don't know about the Andy Cohen of it all, but he is very late in my opinion. I do not agree with anything he says. Um, Ashley says that they were shocked because they didn't see that behavior. She did go ahead and take up for her. Um, yes, not the ads to take it to baby, because I'm not paying for Anne ads. Speaking of which, hey Mel NYC Reviews, welcome to the new layout. You like the new layout? You like how we doing things now? What's going on? How you feeling?
I love it, sir. I love it. Happy Sunday to you.
Happy Sunday to you as well. Thank you.
You're welcome. I'm not surprised by this guy, because I think, I remember when I called your show months ago and I was talking about, behind the scenes, and that was one of my funny moments with you and Tori. I was like, well, this is what I think about the producer. Da, da, da. But you know what? Andy is surrounded by, in my opinion, people that are just that mean and messy. That's just who he is surrounded by. If you live in New York City, you kind of, these guys a little bit, and all of them, and they're not sweet. They're not sweethearts. They're not nice people. They don't treat women very well. They all do that. Every single one of those commentators that get up there that seem to be a part of his crew, they're not like you or I, where we happen to be a part of the lifestyle, but we ain't trying to tear people down. Now, do I think that Shannon could have been going through something like she always is? Yeah, but it's not really his business. If you are the host of that show, then why are you trying to pinpoint one of the contestants or guests? That's messy. But Andy, he keeps on hiring messy, in my opinion, messy queens. That's just what he hires. And I'm talking about the people in the community. That's just who he does. But I was going to say what you said earlier. You had said a lot of good things today, actually. Oh my gosh, the episode was fun. I think that Alexis, she kind of showed the ladies that whether you love her or hate her, she's an OG and she's not new to this. So that moment where she did kind of gag them and get them out the house, that is Alexis. That's just who she is. I was thinking about the heat she's getting this season, and the funny thing is, this is true to her nature. This is totally to her nature. When she was fighting with Heather years ago about who got the job at the news station. Oh no, it was Gretchen. When her and Gretchen was fighting about who got the job at the news station. Also, when Peggy was there, Peggy told the truth. Peggy was a long time ago.
Peggy season 6.
Come on now. And she said, listen, we were friends and I was coming on the show and then we didn't become friends and your husband, ex-husband was with me. Like, she told the total truth about Alexis. But again, that's just who she is. So in a way, I respect the fact that all these years later, she still comes up very thirsty, very contrived, very manufactured. That's Alexis. Love her or hate, that's always been her character. So in a way, as a viewer who watched it, I'm not as triggered by her because I kind of know what you're going to get with her. You're going to get all these kind of victimhood and all that kind of stuff. Emily. So I was surprised with Emily, to be honest with you, very surprised, not in a bad way, but because I felt like all the interviews she had before the season, she talked about her journey with, I think, Ozempic or something, one of those pills that was helping her. And she looks beautiful. She's a beautiful lady, bigger or smaller. She's just a nice looking lady. So I was surprised that in this season, when you lost the way you're winning your journey, whatever you choose to do, that you would feel so insecure at this time because you had such a journey with everything that out of the blue. Yeah, because I don't know. That didn't sit with me. I was trying to think, was it real? Because in my mind, again, maybe it's harsh. I just thought she was doing it for a storyline, or at least to get a little moment. Because if it was last year when she was, or the other year when she was struggling in her mind, I could see her feeling sensitive, like, I'm not starting this journey. I want to lose some weight. I'm feeling very sensitive. But when you're winning and you're really winning the battle, I felt like I didn't understand that. But you said something about opportunities too. That was one thing I was like really bubbling with. You know what I think? I think that we do live in an uncivilized society currently. I feel like it shouldn't. What I've thought about this actually very deeply. I feel like if you're a woman if you're a trans person, if you're African American person, or if you're a part of the LGBT community, we all can see other human beings around us getting things, even though we're working damn hard. And you sometimes think, and at least I do, I pray all the time, say, but dear God, what is the lesson? What is the lesson here that I'm trying to learn? Now, I'm not hating on anybody else, but I also connect with that. And it makes me sick, to be honest with you, that in this world we currently live in, that based on I believe in egalitarianism. I believe in being egalitarian, that you should judge people based on their behavior, not based on how they look, how old they are, or whatever, all that kind of stuff. But the world we live in, that's what people do. You get on YouTube, as you just said, and if you are young enough, or you're this thing enough, or that enough, then you get popping. But you can get the same content as Mr. Chase, and then you go out there and be, just going through the roof with the views and stuff. So I don't know the answer to that. It definitely is something I've thought about a lot as a Black gay man, and I've been looking around like, well, damn, I'm working hard too. What's going on here? So, that's just definitely something I definitely connect with you with that. And lastly, Tamara, Miss Judge, you know, I believe Sydney. I believe her daughter told the truth. Her daughter, she told us who she was after all these, 20 years. She listen, and I think that's it. I think that her daughter is the Bible, is the truth teller of who that lady is. Yeah, it's not going to change. If her daughter don't want to deal with you, then what kind of woman are you? I'm sorry to say that like that, but in my opinion, if your daughter wants you up the show, then get up the show. It's just that simple. Save your relationship, and don't be up here, getting into lawsuits and being mean and backstabbing and crazy and toxic is bizarre. Sydney has always been the truth of Miss Tamara, and that's just what I think about that.
All right, there you have it. Thank you so much for calling in.
I know it's a mouthful, but I mean, yeah, I'm chilling out.
The thing about Emily is, after she admitted that she just like was being wild and rude and obnoxious at Heather's event last season because she needed something to do because they were filming a TV show. It is very plausible to ask whether or not this is fabricated because Emily has a tendency to fabricate things so she can have something to do. I think that regardless to whether it's fabricated or not, it is an extension of truth to what she is dealing with because she's done the work on the outside, but it's clear that she has not done the work on the inside because if so, she wouldn't be so mean and nasty to Jen and make all of those jokes about Jen being evicted, not being able to pay her rent. And it's because she's coming from a place of insecurity, you see, because Jen is a fabulous, fit, person who has intellectually less and monetarily less than what Emily believes, but Emily is never going to like her because in her mind, she does not fit that OC body mold and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
I agree
And
with
you have it.
I agree. I was going to say too. Lastly, because you said so much. It was again. I'm over here ironing and cooking and doing stuff on Sunday. You doing it for the week, and I'm watching you. I was surprised you came on today. Um, when it
Well,
comes, well, I
we
was going
did
to say this.
last Sunday. I was gonna say
Go
we
ahead.
did last Sunday, me and Danny, and that one's almost got like almost 900 views, which is the highest OC that I got so far. So I was
Yeah.
like, well, maybe we'll just try it again. And let's see if that's what it is. If not, then we'll go back to Thursdays
Mm.
at late night. But also, it is very hard. I just want to just say it's very hard to recap a show live and then go because I miss things when I try to do like a
Mhm.
live recap. And then I have to come back the next week and address the things that I missed. Whereas then I can watch it once and then recap it again twice and not miss anything. And let stuff sit. So I kind of
Yeah.
do like waiting out as
Let it
opposed to going live immediately after, but whatever.
let it simmer. That's what I was going to say. That for me, first of all, it's funny that people love you so much that they want you to review everything on TV. So I see that what they say. They want you to sit up here 24/7, 7 days a week to review something. But I would say to you, Mr. Chase, just focus on things that you like. For me as a viewer, as a viewer with you for these couple of months, it would be helpful to have a schedule because I sometimes check on the days when I come over and you're not around. But then you said there was some hurricane, there's some things you were going through, obviously, these past couple months. So I'm not mad about that. But when you get that schedule locked down to something that you really love, that's going to be everything. But you don't have to do 300 shows. Just pick a couple of them that you really, wanting and just stick to it if you can. And also, I did notice that your panels, people be on vacation, people have their own things, but your mods and people that I've emailed you like a couple months ago when you first got to the channel. That's just like, oh, great, this and that. The mods and people who call into your show, hit us up sometimes. Especially if something is not your panel not working and you need somebody to come up, hit the people up around you. Ask for help so people can come in. Why not let them come in and sit up here with you sometime? And that way if the show if it's you, okay, if you need help with the show, then ask for it. That's all.
All right, I will definitely take all of these things into consideration. Thank you. Now you're going to have me turn the head of the door. Don't come up here admonishing me. Thank you for your help.
I'm
No,
not
I'm
trying to,
joking.
never. I never
I
do.
appreciate you. I'm
What's
joking.
so funny? They always do. It's so funny. The people I don't really give who I truly am for the most part, because people always think that I'm trying to shade or do something. I never do. Look, especially not you. I'm not. I'm being serious on Sunday. I never do that with you. But occasionally I can be a little. Yeah.
All righty. Well, I will definitely go ahead and look into some things. We'll see. As far as the schedule is concerned, I just want to say, I have been in Florida, so this is just different. Like in Atlanta, we don't have hurricanes and stuff like that. Like, so I just be afraid that if I come on during the middle of a hurricane, A, I'm not coming on during the middle of a hurricane. So y'all need to get up there.
You
And
should.
B, just making sure that everything is right for when it is. But as far as the consistency is concerned, Love and Marriage Huntsville was every Monday. That worked. Potomac is now every Monday. That's going to
Mm,
work. And as far as the other shows that I've tried to do that I've discovered I don't like, y'all gonna have to get over that too. With that being
okay.
said, thank you so much. Thank
Thank
you,
you. Have
Alex.
a good Sunday.
You too. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Do you guys like it? Let me know. Do you guys like the immediate after show? Or do you guys like coming in on Sunday, chill vibe and chilling out? Let me know. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all of your comments, all of your questions, all of your concerns as well. Thank you guys on X, Twitter, which is Twitter, X, YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch for watching. And we will be back. Make sure that you guys like the video, subscribe, and leave your comments. Bye, y'all.